when breaking first started, was it predominantly just all footwork?
I don't know of anyone who is hitting the floor like that.
Okay.
Because the footwork that you see now,
of course,
was created by a Puerto Rican guy named B-Boy Spy.
Okay.
So that regular circular motion of footwork that most of the world does right now, that's B-Boy Spy. That's a Latino thing right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But B-Boy Spy was before me. He was part of that original group. So let me correct myself. You know, and sometimes I forget to associate his name with those original B-boys that were doing most of the stuff on top. Because I met Spy at the time that I got in, and I didn't know him from when he used to hang out with those other people before me. So, and he would sit here and say that he was the one that created breaking as we know it today.
Okay.
But again, it's not like we had notes, you know, diaries and all that stuff,
right.
and video cameras to have as proof. So some stories we have to say with the idea of, all right, well, I could be corrected somewhere along the line, leave room for error, and try not to be absolute, because I think people who try to be absolute when it comes to stuff like that, you're doing a disservice to someone else's contribution somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Because it was very territorial back then.
Right.
I may have been either stupid, brave, or just hungry enough to go into neighborhoods that I probably couldn't have made it out of if not for the fact that I was just talented. So I don't know what happened everywhere. A lot of people don't know what happened everywhere because a lot of people weren't welcomed everywhere. It was very turf related back then.
Okay.
And you know what that's like?
Now, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, because my thing is this. Here in the 80s, I'm going to give you a picture of how it was here in the 80s, and it's probably a lot similar to the Bronx. In the 80s, two things. Gang violence was at an all-time high. Okay, the Bloods, the Crips, and the Essays. Okay, out here, the Bloods and the Crips consisted of Samoans, Filipinos, Cambodians, blacks, and even there was a lot of Bloods, Crip Mexicans.
Yeah.
You know, and then the Essays, you did have some blacks and some whites in the Essay gangs, but when crack hit, it spread like wildfire. Okay, and then gangster rap came out late 80s, okay? 88 when Eazy-E dropped his debut album, NWA, etc. But that's how it was in here in LA. How was the Bronx in the 80s, you growing up?
Yeah, same thing. The Bronx became, as hip-hop started to grow, territory became a very different. I guess the idea of having territory or turf, whatever you want to call it, was more based on drug spots.
Oh, okay.
Who ran these blocks? It wasn't so much about like if you were in a crew, but were you a threat to someone else's operation?
Okay.
You know, but you still had to be very careful when you walk through those areas, because you know everyone's leery and everybody's like, "Oh man, you know, who the fuck is this dude, man? Why are you looking at me like that?"
Yeah. Who brought this guy around?
Yeah. You know, or why is that dude riding up the block on that bike like that? Yo, find out who that motherfucker is.
Okay.
Shit like that.
Okay. Now, you know what's crazy, man? This is how much of an influence you guys had over here on us, and you guys probably didn't even know it. Like, for an example, when we first saw Style Wars.
Yeah.
You saw Wild Style. You know, as a matter of fact, Alex, if you could bring up a clip, I kind of want to walk us through it, our first clip, okay? It has no audio, but after that, pause it, and then we're going to ask him to pretty much elaborate on the video that we're watching. Okay, here we go, right here.
Yep.
Okay.
That's me. That's Lenny Len right there. That's my cousin.
Okay, so that's not you right there.
Wait, I can't even see from here. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
that's
with
me.
the white pants. Okay.
Yep.
Now, right there, what kind of shoes are you wearing? Are you wearing Chucks?
I think those are probably, I can't see. I need my glasses.
It's okay.
Pause it. I think those are Pro-Ked. I think they're Pro-Keds.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I think they're pro kids.
How old were you right there?
If we filmed that in 81, I was 15.
Oh, shit. Oh, because you were in high school already.
Yeah, I mean, for
Now,
the amount of times I would show up.
Now, here's something that a lot of people may not ask you, or may have, but I don't know. How were you able to get into that documentary?
It was because of my guy, Take One. So do you see the dude in the background with the white hat to your left? He's right behind me on my right. But that's Take One. Take One knew Henry Chalfant. And because Take One was a graffiti writer.
Okay.
Take One was a Dominican and Puerto Rican brother, and from Washington Heights in New York.
Okay.
So I knew Take One because I had lived in Manhattan for like 4 years.
Okay.
And when these people got arrested on the subway in Manhattan for fighting when they were actually breaking and battling, it came out in a newspaper, and Henry Chalfant had asked Take.
Stop it right there. Press pause, please. I need to say something about that. When I saw this documentary and I saw you hold that card up, I was telling Thoro this earlier. I said, for me, Crazy Legs took that shit to a whole nother level. Like, this fool had a business card. That's how serious he was about it. That's the way I took it.
But I was inspired by hearing that the organization had their membership cards. So, but the only difference is, I don't know how they made theirs, if they sent them out to get them printed. I actually made mine in school, in junior high school, in printing shop.
Oh, shit.
Like, yeah. So, yeah, I forgot. What was the other thing I was saying before that?
My apologies. It's just that right there, that, believe it or not, I don't know why, but that meant a lot to me because it showed me that you took your crap very serious, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to me, that was dope. Finish playing it, and then we'll go to the next one afterwards.
Just so you know, we had 2 cards.
Okay.
So we had another crew for doing dirt.
Oh, okay.
And that was called the Yoke City Mob.
The Yoke City Mob.
So I made different cards for that, for the people who would do, like, dirt.
Okay.
And yes, I made two versions of cards.
Now, since I'm a collector and I like to collect a lot of shit, do you still have any of those original cards?
I have one left.
One left.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe one day when I go, you show it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You can stop it right there. Okay. We'll go on to the next one in a minute. But that right there, man, as a kid, that meant a lot to me. That was like 1983, if I'm correct.
No, before that.
So
when we filmed that, it was 81.
81 then.
Yeah,
Wow.
It was early 81.
But the release date said 83.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we filmed that in 81.